Topping today's news, today, the first day of the reduction of VAT on uncooked food items to 5%, the U.S. Embassy issues a Level 2 advisory travel warning for the Bahamas. The Prime Minister visits the new hurricane shelter on Abaco, and the Department of Aviation undergoing a massive training exercise. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jarino Saunders. It's a pleasure to have you join us. Starting today, value-added tax prices on uncooked foods and breadbasket items will be reduced to 5% at food stores around the country. The Consumer Affairs Division conducted their internal inspections with as many food stores as they could possibly reach today to ensure compliance with the new 5% value-added tax rate. Adderley, that's Rex Adderley, head of the Consumer Affairs Division, shared the progress made on inspections at Phoenix Supermarket on East Street South.
So far, we've spoken to the general manager of the store, and when we came in, we noticed one or two tags that were out of, they were still reflecting the 10% VAT. We had to point it out to them now. He's making the changes right now for us.
Owner of Phoenix Supermarket, Valentino Gardner, gave us his thoughts on the impact that this new VAT reduction will make on his sales and his business.
For us, we will continue to do our best to try to drive prices down, but I don't think that's going to change a lot, because maybe over time you will see the difference, but I don't think like right away you'll just see people rushing and say, well, okay, then I am paying 5% less, because if a person comes and spend $10, we know the VAT on that is what, $1? I don't know how much is if you can just send 50 cents less. It's not really a big change, but overall in the long term, yes, it's going to be a great change.
Kish Taylor, price inspector for the Consumer Affairs Division, reminds consumers that all lists of items that will be affected by the VAT reduction can be found on the Office of the Prime Minister's website, as well as all of the Consumer Affairs social media handles. Chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation, BAIC, Senator Darren Pickstock, recently gave an update on the ongoing progress of the Golden Yolk program since the price of eggs have been reduced in recent weeks.
Reaping the benefit today. And so the Golden Yolk program is a multifaceted program. It's not only BAIC through the Ministry of Agriculture building the chicken houses, right? It's a multifaceted program where we have our national layer program, where we are giving eggs to farmers that are producing now, giving eggs to schools, and then we are contracting with those entities to sell back to entities like BAIC under the Golden Yolk program at a certain cost to the consumer that is lower.
Senator Pickstock was also asked about BAIC's plan to get Bahamians to produce more quality food products in an effort to attain self-sufficiency.
Right now, through BAIC, we have a farmers commercialization program where we're working with farmers. We had a pilot project in North Andros where we're working with farmers to produce certain goods, vegetables, and then and ensuring that those vegetables meet the standards. And we are connecting them with suppliers, retailers, wholesalers, so that they can carry their produce directly to market.
He said the pilot program is working well. However, he says there is a need for more farmers to be on board with this commercialization program. While on Abaco on the weekend, Prime Minister Philip Davis took part in several initiatives, including presenting keys to new homeowners and signing contracts for home repairs. He also visited the nearly completed Abaco hurricane shelter in Central Pines. As the 2025 hurricane season is fast approaching, the Prime Minister is pleased to know that the completion date is near.
I expect this to be open before or in time for the hurricane season, which means that it should be complete by the end of May. With the onslaught of climate change and how we are having so many hurricanes each year, the intensity of those hurricanes, the concern is to ensure that lives are saved and livelihoods are protected.
Ground was broken on the shelter for construction back in December of 2020 with a cost of $1.4 million, but in 2024 the cost had ballooned to some $4.8 million as a result of a rise in cost of materials and several setbacks like the roof collapsing in October of 2024. Nevertheless, the Prime Minister expressed pride in the fact that the shelter has been constructed by Bahamians. On Monday, the United States Embassy issued a Level 2 travel advisory for its citizens traveling to the Bahamas in regards to crime and traveling with firearms and ammunition. The advisory said violent crimes like armed robberies, burglaries, and sexual assaults can occur anywhere in the Bahamas, with most crimes occurring, though, in Nassau and in Freeport. It warned its citizens to stay alert in the over-the-hill areas here in Nassau. They also advised that Americans visiting the Bahamas stay alert at vacation rental properties, especially where private security is not present. The advisory also warned U.S. citizens about possessing weapons and ammunition, reminding them that firearms and ammunition are illegal in the Bahamas, including small quantities brought by mistake in carry-on bags or luggage, and that police strictly enforce these laws even at the airport when travelers are leaving. It noted that travelers with firearms and ammunition can face arrest, jail time, and fines, and that Bahamian authorities have detained U.S. citizens after finding firearms or ammunition preventing them from leaving the country. And finally, in this segment, in the wake of past and recent jet ski accidents that have resulted in death and serious injury to tourists on vacation, the Bahamas government and the U.S. Embassy are working together to support improved regulations and oversight of jet ski operations. The U.S. Department of State updated the language in its travel advisory regarding jet ski safety in the Bahamas, with the update reflecting ongoing efforts to address safety concerns and promote responsible recreational practices. The statement went on to say the embassy looks forward to receiving an update this week from the Bahamas' task force dedicated to enhancing jet ski safety measures. The most recent jet ski incident took place on Saturday, March 22nd, when a 73-year-old female visitor who was a passenger on a cruise ship was killed when her jet ski collided with a rock while at Half Moon Cay on Eleuthera. According to the government of the Bahamas, they are trying to strike a balance between visitor safety and allowing jet ski and watercraft operators to earn a living. You're listening to JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.